Always believe in yourself and your dreams will come true.
Hi, my name is Linda Walker. I work at the Loveland Center in the Adult Day Training Program in Venice, Florida. And I have the pleasure of being the instructor for the gardening group. So we've got some herbs growing in our garden, and herbs are things that you use for seasoning your food, basically. So we're going to show today what you might be able to do if you have some herbs. We're going to cut parsley, and I'm going to show you how you can hang it up to dry. Parsley, you buy, I'm sure you've bought this or seen people buy this in the grocery store. This is a big container. My husband loves parsley, so we have a lot of it. But these are dried, tiny little leaves. So if you buy parsley, take a look at it real close, and you'll see that it's leaves. And that's what we're going to end up with our parsley. And we're also going to cut some rosemary, and you can dry that also, but it just smells nice. So you can use it to make your home smell good. All right, so let's go on out to the garden and we'll get started. So we're going to cut the rosemary. We just use the scissors, and you go just down near the bottom, and you just make a cut, and it comes right off. So this rosemary has a really, really nice smell to it, almost like a Christmas tree. So I'm going to cut a few of these. All right, that should be enough for the rosemary, and then we're going to cut some parsley too. This whole big plant is parsley, so we're going to do the same thing. Just go down near the root. We don't want to pull it out, we're just cut it. And just put it in our colander. Don't worry about if you get any dead or whatever, we'll clean that out when we wash it inside. Alright, so that should be enough. Alright, so now we're going to go into the kitchen, and we're going to wash it up and get it ready to dry. Okay, all right, so we've got our fresh parsley. We're inside at the kitchen sink. So what you want to do is just wash it. You don't wash it with soap. Since we have an organic garden out there, we don't have any pesticides on it, so we just want to make sure we don't have any little bugs on it or anything, because bugs do naturally live in the garden. So let me just wash it up pretty good here. Shake out the water, and then I have paper towels. Lay it out here, and now we're going to look for ones that are not so great. This one's kind of yellowing, so we don't want that one. The rest of this one's okay though, so we'll just do that. These look pretty good. Shaking off the water as we pull them out. Here's another one. It's not so great. So you could just maybe pull that leaf off. No, that one doesn't look good either. Okay. All right. So we want to pat it dry. And we're just going to bundle it up. So you want to gather it by the ends where you cut. And maybe take 3 or 4. Depending on what you have there. That's probably good enough. And then I'm going to take a rubber band. If you're working with 2 people, you could tie this. I'm going to tie it in a minute, but I can't tie it with just myself. So you want it to stay together like this. Now, let me dry my hands a little bit. I'm going to cut a piece of ribbon. You can use ribbon or string or yarn, whatever you have. Just want to hang it. So we need to get something so it'll hang. So we tie this on here. Takes a second to tie it. All right, so we tie it this way, and then we have to make like a loop on the other end. This is the harder part. Just do it however you can. Try to just make a loop here. You probably can't even see that, but there's a loop. Okay, so now we have a way to hang it. It has to hang for probably 2 or 3 weeks at least for it to dry out. So when you're finished, this is parsley that you would buy at the grocery store. And this started out looking just like this. So once this dries, then you're going to crumble it up and take it off the stems, and I guess you can see right through there. It's going to look just like this. There's little tiny leaves all dried up, and you can use parsley in soups. So now I'm gonna hang this up. I have another one here that I had ready too. And you need to hang it out so it's gonna be out of the way. You don't want anyone touching it or messing with it. And it needs to be hung inside so that no bugs get on it. And you just hang it up like that. And it'll dry. And once it's dry and crunchy, then you can crunch it up into a bowl and use it and you're cooking. And then one other thing, we cut the rosemary. You could dry it too, but rosemary smells really, really nice. So I like to do this. Just put it in a little vase and you can set it on your table and it'll make your room smell very nice. So that's a couple different uses for herbs that you can grow in your garden. All right, see you next time.
You are awesome. You are awesome. You are amazing. Every day. You are awesome. You are awesome.